Guys, as you can see tonight, I am the DJ in the building, Agent Q reporting for duty. But alongside me is DJ Chunky Love. He is our guest DJ tonight, and trust me, he's about to chachisha because not only is he a DJ, he is our music scheduler here at Homeboys Radio. Now, pin your MC.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
Multi-talented.
Multi-talented. Talk about that. And not only are we joined by him in studio, we have the lovely Sheila and Auudi. And guys, all right, these two ladies are from a film called Chaguo. Now, Sheila is more behind the scenes and Auudi is more the cast. Let me just be honest. She is in the cast of the movie. And let's just get into it. Ladies, how are we feeling tonight? Sheila?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
Thank you for coming through. Guys, Sheila is about to drop some serious gems and I don't think you're ready for what she's doing behind the scenes. Now, Auudi, welcome to studio.
Hey girl, finally.
Yeah, finally. Guys, Auudi and I go way back actually. Surprise to many, but the way life works brought us back together again for a very important cause. Now, Auudi, you're in the film Chaguo. All right? Now, from my understanding, Chaguo is a film that really tries to encourage us younger folk, the man them, the girl them, to go out and vote and, you know, the politicking behind it. So briefly, what is Chaguo about and what did it mean to you being on that film?
So Chaguo is a love story.
Yeah.
Between a couple called Mugeni and Wendo. They're engaged and getting ready to get married, and Wendo works as a campaign manager for a politician for a constituency called Jipange.
Nice.
Made up constituency. But it just so happens that Mugeni's family has affiliations with the opponents.
Bas.
So Shida.
Yeah.
So now is it our love or my career?
Yeah.
Yeah, so along the way, stuff happens. The politician tries to be disgruntled by the opponents, and Wendo and my character kind of try to make him win in the cleanest way possible. Yeah.
So what did it mean to you as a youth in the 254 being on a film as serious, all right? Because it's a known fact that people between the ages of like 18 to probably even 30 or even 35 do not vote in this country.
I mean, it was pressure.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't like having to carry the burden of an actor who's like, vote, guys.
Yeah.
But the film was done in such an entertaining way that wasn't preachy. Yeah, so it's a nice watch.
It's a nice watch.
And it makes you have those conversations with your family and your friends.
It forces you, right?
It's not the kind of film that will start a revolution tomorrow.
But it gives you that thought.
But yeah, it will definitely be like, Kelly, when was the last? Did you
Yeah, no, I have not. But
those conversations.
right? Yeah. All right, so Sheila, now that's where you come in, right? So Chaguo, as we've said, as Auudi has said, is a very important film now for us younger folk. But let's just explain. Guys, first of all, Sheila, see mse kawa kawa hapa, yeah? Let us just talk about your role in helping Chaguo. What is it that you do?
Thank you very much for inviting me. And yes, as you've heard, I'm Sheila, program coordinator at CAS, Konrad Adenauer Foundation. We are a German political foundation, been in the country since 1974, and pretty much we create awareness around politics, around good governance, all in the aim of enhancing our democratic space and rule of law. So Chaguo was an idea that actually my boss, our new country director, came up with. She's new into the country, saying new because she's been here for now 2 years. And when she came into the country, she got into the realization that Kenya is it has a big young population, or rather the youth are pretty much the biggest population, 75% of the population. And she was like, yeah, we need to explore other means and ways of creating awareness. So using art, for example, using film was one of the ideas that we brainstormed, and we're like, wow, okay, let's think of coming up with a movie that will be entertaining at the same time edutaining. And that's how now the whole idea of doing Chaguo came up. Then we approached production house, Good Kama Fiction Production. And now, just started working on the nitty-gritties of scripting. And but the whole aim for us was the political message, which is emphasizing on the youth participating into our political space, mostly elections. Yeah.
Okay.
Because elections is like the highlight of public participation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So elections, we're like, okay, let's come up with something that will a captivating story, which is now the love beat.
Yes.
You know, the love story that is part of the storyline, and then now with a political message.
Okay, then let me ask you both a question. Do you feel as if love does conquer all? Because in the involvement of politics, I mean, modern day society, if Chunky is supporting Baba and I'm supporting somebody else, it will be, hey, babe, yes, in as much as I love you, I know this side I'm going to get what I need at the end of the day, because all Kenyans really are looking for right now is, yes, there's love, but are you able to provide for me? Are you able to help me be sustained in whatever I'm doing? So do you think love does actually conquer all?
I don't know if it conquers all. It does something.
It does something.
I don't know if it conquers all, but Chaguo is actually based off of our director's story. More or less, Vincent Mbaya.
Wow.
So him and his wife, and among other writers, co-wrote the script. So it's actually more or less their story. They fell in love from different tribes. Their families were like, no.
But why do you guys think that's such a huge factor as to what goes on in this country? Like, if he's Kikuyu and I'm Luya, which I am, but he's supporting somebody else, and like now our families, first of all, would be like, no, that's not right. But in a political sense, things go a completely different route, because his side may actually be the better option. But now, because I'm stuck in my roots, my parents have always been supporting this person and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yes, the love aspect is there, but does it really do much? Because you see, as youth, is that a major factor for any of us right now, even us being millennials? It's not. Kwanza in Nairobi, hey, today I'll be with Chunky, tomorrow I'll be with Sheila, the next day I'll be with Auudi.
Yeah.
So why?
I think one of the most beautiful things the film tackles is that we can be on opposing teams and still live in the same households and love each other.
Without
because
that
those two really fight, Wendo and Mugeni, in the
Yes.
film. Like, they go at it. And she's like, this is my career. You do what you're going to do. Tell your family, I am not standing down.
Yeah.
So I think I come from a hybrid family.
Yeah.
But luckily, I've never had
Those issues.
Yeah, politics has never been a big
that
deal
big,
in my
Well, okay. Because, Sheila, when it comes to now even that love aspect, the youth are still able to be molded. We all have our own opinions, and especially right now, most people don't want to go out and vote because we know the old things will still just stay repeating themselves. I don't know if it's a generational curse or like a Kenyan curse, but you choosing to create this film and speak to us through that creativity, what kind of, implications would Konrad use, not only just through that film, to keep us youth engaged, knowing the message, and prompting us to go out and actually vote for the better change?
Yeah, thanks for that question. Maybe just to chime in a bit on the love bit.
Yeah.
I think love is relative. Love is just it's special. It's packaged in a special way. So it's relative, and it can apply differently depending on different personalities and how the love started, pretty much. For example, in a relationship case. But in this case, the love, why we felt like, okay, let's make it more of a telenovela, you know, so that it's just captivating, relatable exactly, and also captivating to the youth, because sometimes speaking to the youth, if you go full throttle on a feature, you know, with just the message that you want to pass on, sometimes
a hard sell doesn't work.
Exactly, So that's how the love story came in, and we were lucky actually to find a producer who actually shares or rather are experiencing that love story that they brought into the storyline. With regards to your second question, I think using art to educate pretty much just touches on the attitude and the behavior change of the people. So with the more the film is out there, you know, and we keep pushing people to go and watch it in the different platforms that it's, we've been doing it on cinemas, we've now free-to-air channels are also now, you know, really, really interested to showcase the film. We're also doing impact screenings down at the community level, mostly in informal settlements where people cannot really, may not have the opportunity to plug in online to watch it. For us, it's just a matter of the more it is out there, the more we keep having those conversations, the more we keep also following up, giving feedback on why we did this and why you should really, you know, take time to, you know, to just to be politically awoke. We want to believe that it will change a mindset somewhere and that attitude change towards the politics in our country. Yeah.
So how is the importance of this film very important now for us during this period, obviously, because now next month is when guys are at the polling stations. But now besides that, you know, for Konrad to get to the point where you're like, you know what, let's work on this specific film, and knowing how the history of Kenyan politics has been and where we're going now, because I mean, should I say it? Calling it a buck, right? I feel like, you know, because someone like Joe Biden has Kamala Harris. All right. Now, in Kenya, we've seen that kind of implication trying to be pushed forth. But now, with what you've seen in Kenya and the direction we are going, all right, having this film in the industry right now, would you think it's helpful because now we have social media, we have streaming sites, so do we have more of an advantage? Do we now, or is it because the youth don't like to listen, as we said before, with no hard selling? Are we still at a disadvantage because we can have the choice to just be like, you know what, sorry, it's available. I don't feel like watching it. Like, I mean, yes, there's a love story incorporated in it, but the main message is, guys, we have to do this one thing.
I mean, that's why, as I said earlier on, we tried to, because our approach that we normally use most with our programs is mostly capacity building, you know, and doing studies and publications. And some of those things, to be honest, for the youth, it works, but at the same time, you don't really catch them, you know. So something more visual, more entertaining can at least, you know, bring in more young people on board to just want to know, okay, who is Cass? Okay, what are you doing besides the publications and the different, you know, trainings that you're doing? Oh, so you also have a movie. So you see, at least we'll continue adding the numbers in terms of having an interest in what we are doing, which in this case is political awareness. Yeah.
Okay, Auudi, for you in the film industry, right? This isn't something that you would commonly do, right? This is a new role for you.
Yeah.
Now, how does that affect now your own personal life? Because guys, it's not like Auudi is just small people. Yeah, getting big time somewhere up in these streets. So like with the way people will know you personally as Auudi, and then people will see you on screen as this person, you completely have to engulf that character. You have to be who Kabi is, right? Does that affect how you relate with everybody else? Because now you're more aware of what's going on, if you weren't before, but girl, you're smart. But you're more aware of what's going on and the importance of now making a choice.
I mean, definitely, yeah. I think the hard part for me is trying to make someone understand it without sounding like a nag. Yeah? And I think that's the beautiful thing Konrad did by making a film. Because it's like, okay, it is in our agenda to pass this thing. How can we do it in the most fun, most cool way? So yeah, for me as an actor, the people around me, it hasn't had implications in terms of, so now that you're in a political film, who are you voting for? Or who are you? In that way, it hasn't. Because people still have that understanding of, she's Auudi, she's playing a character.
So you being that character, the experience you've had even on set and everything, people have still been able to dissociate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. And for sure this is the best set I've been on since my acting career started.
Wow.
Both cast and crew. And if you're not going to watch this film for any other reason, just watch it because it's good. I mean, it was produced by the same producers for Country Queen, guys.
Oh yeah.
Same producers for Country Queen. So visually and creatively, it is stunning. Yeah. It just happens to talk about politics.
But now, okay, when it comes to the film industry, guys, I want us to get deeper into this after a little short break, because now both of you have opinions that I'm very scared, curious to hear about, because the film industry in Kenya, if I'm being completely honest, is not where it needs to be.
Girl.
It is not where it needs to be. But guys, we're going to have that conversation in a little bit. Guys, you know, Junkie is on a different kind of vibe. This guy, not only... I've seen him in action when it comes to just outside, like OBs and stuff like that. Kuchachisha crowd. This is the guy you need to have in your... You must walk around with Chunky like this, because the amazing music this man knows. I mean, he's our music scheduler for a reason.
I mean, they don't call me the hype master for no reason.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Guys, by the way, he's also an MC. Guys, we're still talking to the lovely Sheila and Auudi here in studio, and we're still talking politics, but now we want to focus on the film industry. Now, off air, Sheila, I was talking to you about the fact that I still feel like, or do you feel like I'm hating? I still feel like the Kenyan film industry is not where it needs to be. If I'm being completely honest, as I've said before, the storyline, the same. There's always a, you know, like if you're a student who doesn't know Swahili and you're writing Insha, it will be, yeah, umeamka vizuri, but it always ends up in a kidnap or something of that sort. You could be told to write minutes, but like all those kind of things. And we always have the same people in the, like all the movies. So seeing a fresh face like Auudi in the scene with an important message is amazing. But because, I'm being honest, I'm tired of trying to watch Kenyan films, and I mean, the production isn't where it needs to be. The acting is not where it needs to be. You choose actors that have monotones, and you're supposed to give a message that is like, you know what, guys, I need you to go and do this. I will not be compelled to do something of that sort, especially if it was something political, right? So how does Konrad, you know, incorporate what they are able to do for the Kenyan youth, but also apply the creativity to understand that, you know what, we need fresh faces. We need people who will seem a lot more relatable, and we need to do a production that is going to be so, you know, it could send you to France for the Cannes Film Festival kind of stuff. So it's like, how are we able as Konrad to just notice all of these things and now make a change, not only just for your industry, but also for all the Kenyans around us?
Oh, okay. That's an interesting question. I'm not really in the film industry, but from where I sit, I think I would urge, for example, the NGO world, you know, to try out such edutaining approaches in terms of, because, you know, different NGOs, us being one of them, for us, we're a political foundation, so our business is pretty much, you know, creating awareness around politics and why it is important to participate in political processes. Other NGOs as well, they have different thematic areas. So if we have sectors like the NGO sector, also using the approach of film, using the approach of art, you know, to create awareness around the different thematic areas, I mean, with putting the heads together, we will try to support the film industry, of course, pumping more financial support in that direction as well, getting, you know, more experts in that field. So for us, it will be bringing in more of the thematic expertise, because that's our area. But at least if more, you know, for example, financial support is also coming from the NGO sector into the film industry, I want to believe, you know, it can support, you know, or rather uplift the status of the film industry from where it is right now. So for me, that's the best I can say about, you know, just supporting the film industry to just take it to the next level. And just changing, for example, you say the storylines and the actors you find in one.
Because you also script write a bit, so how are you able just to do that yourself? Because unajua, there's Hollywood, there's Nollywood, there's Bollywood, whatever, and then there's Kenwood. Are we called Kenwood? Riverwood is Kenya. Woo-hoo. Yes, so I mean, there's that. So through now the thematic experiences that you're able to provide, Maze and like I feel like you guys are only the only people right now who are so focused on being able to tell a message, but so creatively to the point where it wouldn't be considered that. So you bringing the film industry to a bigger level is what I believe you guys are doing and what you should continue doing. because seeing a face like Audi on the screen is so, wow, as in it's a breath of fresh air, guys. As in, like for you, Audi, like how is it knowing that, hey, anyway, should I name names? Should I name names? Because I don't name names. Because, babe, it can be that, okay, what film? Any film. It'll be like a nice love story. This babe at the beginning, you doing this, and then at the end of the movie, he's together with the guy.
Okay,
the next movie,
I'll play devil's advocate, but also I'll play both sides. First of all, Sauti Sol said it best. Cinema zetuni,
I don't know.
telenovela.
Okay.
Did they not sing that? Which is true, sadly. But also, I wouldn't. You know I'm not a fresh face, Kelly.
You're fresh face.
Fresh-ish. I know what you mean. I know fresh in terms of not many people have seen my work.
Yes.
But I have a lot of work out.
Yes.
I've been to the Cannes Film Festival.
Yes.
Twice. Anyway, you people need to understand this is the work we do. Chunky Love is a DJ. So, now we're going to have a DJ come in and play gigs.
Now that's
Kama yenda na chachisha crowd. Sienda taitwa.
But now the thing is, Sweetie.
Babe.
No, when it comes to honestly, kuchagua.
Okay, let me tell you how directors and producers think, right? Because I'm an actor, but I've done production as well. Directors and producers want seamless set days, shooting days, what have you. So if I have to choose between Kelly, who has been in the industry for 10 years, and Audi, who's been in the industry for 2 years, I know that Kelly can do a scene in 2 takes.
As opposed
and
to
Audi might take 5-6 takes to do the same thing.
Okay.
So a lot of directors, producers are comfortable working with people who they know exactly what they'll deliver.
Okay.
So as a newbie, it's your job to prove that you can be on that set with that 10-year experienced actor. Perfect. Which is what I had to do.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to anybody who wants to get into the film industry, all right?
Don't do it.
Most creatives think that, guys, that we wake up and then now today Kelly is speaking here like
girl.
You assume that Chunky has woken up today and is like, let me be a DJ. So exactly, when it comes to you as an actress, how is it that, okay, how long would you say it took you to build your craft and actually be like, you know what, I'm on the right path? Because most people just assume, honestly, I'm going to be with Akina Audi, I'm going to be with Akina Nick Mutuma, I'm going to be with Brenda Wairimu, I'm going to be with Manasseh Nyaga, and
girl,
it's like...
I'm about to hit my decade mark and I still don't feel like I've done...
Really?
Yeah.
But you keep
And I'm about to hit a decade.
But you keep pushing.
Yeah.
And why? Why?
Because it's like a drug. I know Chunky Love knows what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a high you get from being a creative that you can't get anywhere else. You
can't get it
you just
anywhere
can't.
else. So before we leave, all right, Audi, I need you to just encourage people that really look up to you, see you on Instagram, they see you on YouTubes, they see you everywhere, and they're like, you know what, I want to be Audi when I grow up. I want to be able to act just like her, do films just like her. What would you tell them?
Grow tough skin.
Grow tough skin.
Grow tough skin. If you want to be famous, don't do it. If you want to be rich, don't do it either.
It's passion.
Yeah, you have to really want this. The other stuff comes. So if you're good, it will come. But also, if you're not ready for the long nights, early mornings, endless auditions, hataing 10 out of 11 auditions.
Yeah.
If you're not ready for that, don't do it.
That is true, guys. If you're not willing to put in the work, don't do it. And Sheila, how do you think you would inspire us youth just through Konrad itself by being able to work firsthand with people like Audi? Like, how are you going to inspire more youths to do the right thing, first of all, and become more aware of, the political situation, not only in their lives, but entire world, you know. Yeah, how would you inspire them?
I mean, it's as I said, the approach that we normally use, for example, at the foundation, is more of capacity building, is more of doing studies and publications and all that. But I like the new approach that now we are starting to get into slowly but surely. Besides the Chaguo film, we also had a debate. It was called Siasa Bomba show. It was like a political debate show where we have panelists, and then they are given a thematic area, and then they debate on it, and then now it's mostly so it's recorded, and then it's showcased online. So, and we also do like theater pieces on different thematic areas around, you know, politics. So I mean, using just diversifying on the approach, you know, that mostly, you know, captivates the bigger population, which is the youth in this country. That's the best that I can, from where I sit, I can say we can do, you know, and then also making it more participatory, you know, having discussions out there and just getting to know the needs of the youth and how best we can fulfill those needs using, for example, giving that knowledge and information in a way that is more receptive, and edutaining, you know, for lack of a better word.
Okay. Any of you guys gamers? Off the handle, do you guys play games? Ama munachapa tu character development in Nairobi. We have two ladies looking down in the studio, guys. Mayday. They plead the fifth.
We play games. It depends on what kind of game.
Oh, they play
what
games.
Kind of game, yes.
Okay. Oh, we will leave it at that. Guys, before you leave, please tell us how we can reach the both of you. Sheila?
For me, you can check our website, number one, Konrad Adenauer, www.Konrad Foundation Kenya. .cas.de, but now Kenya, you put Kenya so that, because we're in different parts of the world. We are global, so we have a Kenya. So you have to be specific when you're typing in the website name. And then on social media, Facebook, Konrad Adenauer Foundation, on Twitter at @cas_Kenya. But we have a specific hashtag for this movie, that is #Chaguo film. Yeah, so at least when you just search that hashtag Chaguo, you will just at least come across it.
Where can we watch the film?
So currently it's at, we were doing cinemas. We just finished running it through Prestige Cinemas in Nairobi. Now it's at Mega City in Kisumu.
Nice.
And then from next week, actually, we'll give access. We'll post it on our social media platforms, and then we'll give, because it has like a passcode. So we'll just give free access to anyone who wants to watch that movie. Nice. Because for right now, we want to reach, as being a pre-election period and now 2 weeks to elections, we really want more eyeballs and more young people to really interact with the film and get to learn a thing or two and hopefully change the mindset and change something. If you had not purposed to vote, at least hopefully it will make you think like, let me vote 2022. Even if it's for the first time, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, Auudi, how can we reach you, girl?
Auudi Rowa on all social media, or as Kelly would like to say, Auudi.
Girl. Okay, but spell that out for us, please.
Auudi like the car, but with 2 U's. And then Rowa. Yeah, girl.
A simple, all across platforms.
Yes, across all platforms.
Ladies, thank you so much for gracing us tonight. I know Chankilava amesikia vizuri kumekuwa na paintings in the studio.
I'm in the set with 3 women.
Come on now.
That's why they call me Chunky Love.
All right, guys, let's take a quick break, but don't go nowhere. We are the home of where the vibes do reside, the great music, the banter, and we keep educating you. So stay tuned.